What if I told you that the walls of an abandoned sanatorium hold secrets far darker than any horror movie could ever capture? Imagine walking through a place where thousands of souls once suffered in silence, and the echoes of their pain still resonate through the empty halls. Today, we're diving deep into the chilling true story of Waverly Hills Sanatorium, one of the most haunted locations in the world. Are you ready to hear the voices that refuse to be forgotten? Let's begin our journey by stepping back in time to the early 20th century. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, perched atop a hill in Louisville, Kentucky, opened its doors in 1910. It was designed to treat patients suffering from tuberculosis, also known as the White Plague. At the time, TB was an incurable disease that claimed millions of lives worldwide. The sanatorium was a beacon of hope for the infected, but for many, it became a place of unimaginable despair. Now, you might be wondering, how did a place built for healing become a hotspot for paranormal activity? To answer that, we need to understand what went on within these walls. At its peak, Waverly Hills housed over 400 patients, many of whom were subjected to experimental treatments that were often more torturous than therapeutic. Lobotomies, electroshock therapy, and painful surgical procedures were common, and it's said that the building's energy still reverberates with the agony of those who suffered. But the most haunting aspect of Waverly Hills isn't just the history of the treatments, it's the sheer number of deaths. It's estimated that as many as 8,000 patients died within its walls. The sanatorium had a body chute, a tunnel used to discreetly transport the deceased from the building to a nearby railroad, where they were then taken away for burial. This was done to avoid alarming the other patients, but the dark, oppressive energy of this tunnel is still palpable today. Visitors to Waverly Hills have reported hearing disembodied voices, footsteps in empty hallways, and seeing shadowy figures lurking in the corners. But perhaps the most famous ghost is that of a little girl named Mary. She's often seen playing with a ball in the hallways, her laughter echoing through the abandoned building. Legend has it that Mary was a patient who died of tuberculosis, and her spirit remains trapped in the place where she spent her final days. Text bar 1. But the horrors of Waverly Hills aren't just confined to ghostly sightings. Some visitors have described being physically attacked by unseen forces, scratches appearing on their bodies, or being shoved by an invisible entity. These encounters have left many questioning whether the spirits at Waverly Hills are simply restless, or if something much darker resides within its walls. What makes Waverly Hills truly terrifying is the fact that these experiences aren't isolated incidents. Paranormal investigators from around the world have documented evidence of strange occurrences, from EVP's electronic voice phenomena that capture voices beyond the grave, to infrared footage of unexplained movements. Skeptics may argue that it's all just imagination, but with so many reports over the years, it's hard to dismiss the possibility that something truly sinister lingers here. As we walk through the empty halls of Waverly Hills, it's easy to understand why this place has such a powerful hold on those who visit. The air is thick with the weight of its history, and every creak of the floorboards or distant whisper sends chills down your spine. It's a reminder that while the building may be abandoned, it is far from empty. So, is Waverly Hills Sanatorium truly haunted? Or is it simply a place where the tragic past has left an indelible mark on the present? The answer may lie in the stories of those brave enough to explore its depths, those who have felt the presence of something otherworldly and lived to tell the tale. As we close the doors on Waverly Hills for now, one thing is certain: there are some voices that refuse to be silenced. Whether they are echoes of the past or spirits trapped between worlds, they remind us of the thin veil between the living and the dead. And the next time you hear a whisper in the dark, remember you might not be as alone as you think. If you enjoyed this dive into the eerie history of Waverly Hills, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more chilling tales from the world of the supernatural. And if you're brave enough, hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that will keep you up at night. Until next time, stay curious, and maybe keep a light on.